Hi, I really wanted this to be a short, but I think it's going to have to be a longer video. I recently came across an old video from a woman named Kim Wright, who also had ACDF and hers failed. And the post was 2 years old, but she had posted it 2 years after the fact. So in total, it was about a 4-year-old post. That being said, she's still posting, and she did a live event just a couple of days ago. I was sorry to miss it, but I highly recommend it. Her name's Kim Wright. She's just very honest, and her candor is refreshing, and I love that she's sharing the good and the bad, and her attitude is awesome. So definitely check her out. That being said, the nutrition part is something that I'm pretty good with. I obviously could be eating better, but with the anti-inflammatory diet, I had been doing it for about a year anyway because of the pain that I was in. And what I did notice was over that year, not only did some of my pain, subside, but the pain that I normally would have in my knees was completely gone. I'm sure part of it was because this nervous system was, taking front seat to my bad knees. But what I did notice is if I'd go off of it, that not only would my global pain be worse, but my knees would start hurting, and they really haven't been bothering me since I started this. And right up as recently as last night, my daughter brought home some cookies, and I ended up eating 4 of them. And when I woke up this morning, my knees were sore, and I haven't had them sore in a long time. So it just goes to show you how much sugar and alcohol and complex carbohydrates can really drive inflammation and pain. And you might not notice it unless you're really clean eating for a while. And it's kind of like a glass of water. If you have a glass of water that is already murky with a little bit of food coloring or something in it, and you add 1 more drop, you're really not going to notice. But if you have a glass of water that's perfectly clear and you add even 1 drop of food coloring into it, then you do notice. And it's very similar with your body. If you have a pretty carb-free, sugar-free, alcohol-free diet, and you have something, you're going to be a lot more affected. But if you're having a small bit of it all the time anyway, then the difference between 1 cookie and 4 cookies probably not really a big deal. It's just all going to be bad. One of the things that she mentioned was she didn't eat enough protein, and that is something that I did prior to the surgery. I was already trying to eat more protein and vegetables anyway because it's part of the anti-inflammatory diet. But specifically, even though I had only 7 days to get ready for the surgery, I went on a really strict, perfect diet. I'm talking salmon and avocado and asparagus and chicken and avocado and broccoli and nothing really but water. Some nuts. That was pretty much what I ate right up until 2 days before the surgery. I did go against the nurse's suggestion, and I fasted about 36 hours before my surgery. I did have, that's not entirely true, I did have protein shake, and then about 24 hours before the surgery I just didn't eat. I was pretty amped up. She had thought that it would make me sick and nauseous, but in actuality, the past experience I've had with anesthesia, I didn't want to be throwing up with the neck surgery, so I felt like that no food in my stomach was a better idea, and I was right. So take it for what it's worth. Coming out of the surgery, Kim was saying that she felt like that her failed fusion had a lot to do with not enough protein. So I would highly suggest that you YouTube some diet plans that are heavy in protein that you like, and simultaneously low in the carbs and the sugars. I have another friend that had a failed ACDF. His screws had what they call the halo, where they're not really, they're just kind of sitting there. They're not really engorged or fused. And similarly, a lot of alcohol consumption with that as a form of pain relief, and a lot of movement, which is what she described. She described, you know, lifting heavy boxes in and around the holidays and vacuuming. And unfortunately, some of the things she was doing were also some things I was doing. The vacuuming, for one, you know, I'm hoping that that's okay. I only did it twice, and the vacuum's super light. But this is why I'm making this video, because I feel like that the doctors maybe can do a better job at saying, it doesn't matter if you feel like you can do it, don't do it. And I think because my knees always hurt so bad after surgery, I just expected that the pain would be self-limiting. And so when I didn't feel like, you know, like I had to lay in bed all day, for me, my way of dealing with pain is to stay busy. When I don't stay busy, I get these waves, what feels like adrenaline, that run up my back. It feels like the way that when you're driving down the road and you see a ball from a driveway roll out and you think you're gonna hit a kid, you know, just freeze. It's that kind of a thing that happens throughout the day. So if like right now I'm talking to you guys, that's why I'm posting so much. If I'm staying busy, I'm distracted from my pain. And if I'm not busy, then I focus on it. And so it was very easy after surgery to be more busy than I should have been, just like she was describing. And she also did a really good job describing how alone you feel sometimes when you're in pain. In the background, it's just running all the time, and you're still out there, you know, trying to have a good time. And you know people don't really know how you feel because you get sick of complaining about it all the time. At work, actually got to the point where people would say, oh, how you doing? And I just wouldn't even want to tell them, because it felt like every single week there was something different. In fact, I actually had a couple of my clients when I would say, oh, well, you know, this week my hand's bothering me, or this week it's my shoulder, or I don't know what's going on. I've got tinnitus, and oh, I've been having optical migraines. And you know, on a couple occasions people were like, well, it's always something with you, isn't it? And little did I know, you know, I had a spinal cord injury. So if any of this is hitting home with you, just keep the faith and keep looking at videos and educate yourself and try to keep a good attitude, and like I'm doing, find something to occupy your time and to focus on. Have a good one.